Okay, so unit rates. I remember unit rate by the word uno, because unit and uno, those are very similar. And we know uno means one. So the unit rate is the price or amount per every one. So it's the price or number per every one item. Okay, so for instance, when I say price, it could be $5 per drink. Okay, so $5 for one drink. Or when I say number, it could be 6 dogs per person. Okay, so the unit rate or the amount for every one, or per every one. So the unit rate, the uno, the one item or the one amount needs to always be on the bottom. Okay, so the unit rate is always the denominator. Okay, so for instance, if we pull back in our example from our rate notes, there was 100 miles for every 2 hours. So they went 100 miles in 2 hours. Okay, if I wanted to change this to a unit rate and find out how many miles in 1 hour, what would I do? Well, what you're going to do is divide. That's all we're doing to find a unit rate, is dividing. So 100 over 2, well, we know that this line means to divide, so 100 divided by 2 is 50. So 50 miles per hour. 50 miles in 1 hour. This means per. Okay, so 50 miles per hour, that's how we say that. So like when you're driving your car and you're going 60 miles per hour, that means that you can, in every 1 hour, you should be able to drive 60 miles if you stay at that constant speed. All right, let's do another example of a unit rate. What if 15 inches of rain fell in 3 hours? How many inches of rain fell in 1 hour? Okay, so my unit rate, or what I'm trying to find, is for 1 hour. So I need hours to be on the bottom. 3 hours. Okay, so remember, whatever unit rate you're trying to find, I want to know for every 1 hour. So my unit rate is hour. Hours needs to go on the bottom. Okay, unit rate is always the denominator. Okay, so that means if it's 15 inches of rain in 3 hours, so 15 inches in 3 hours. And again, to find the unit rate, all we do is divide. So 15 divided by 3, 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 5 inches per hour fell. 5 inches per hour. Okay, let's flip this page over and let's do 2 more examples. What if we had, let's say there are 64 ounces in 8 cups. Okay, 64 ounces in 8 cups. Find the unit rate. So find the unit rate for every cup. Okay, so find the unit rate. So I want for every 1 cup. So cup is going to be my unit rate, so I need to make sure that cups goes on the bottom. And how many cups do I know? 8 cups. So 64 ounces in 8 cups. 64 ounces in, there's our keyword again, in 8 cups. 64 ounces in 8 cups. So to figure out my unit rate, I'm going to do 64 divided by 8. And 64 divided by 8 is 8. So there's 8 ounces per cup. 8 ounces per cup. Let's do one more. Jim uses 36 eggs to bake 4 cakes. How many eggs does he use for 1 cake? How many eggs does he use for 1 cake? So I know he uses 36 eggs to make 4 cakes. I want to know how many eggs does he use for 1 cake. So I'm trying to find the unit rate per cake. Make sure cake is on the bottom. Okay, so to find my answer, I'm going to do 36 divided by 4. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So he uses 9 eggs per cake. 9 eggs per cake. So these are just examples on how you find unit rates.